Hello. Thanks for making the time to meet with me today. I'm sorry that we have to touch base as a result of the terrible, unchangeable circumstances we find ourselves in. Unfortunately, I feel you need to be made aware of, and I truly am sorry about this, that today we gotta get sad to explore the rad. Zooey mama! Speedrun that dislike and kill that watch time. What's up? It's your boy. But yeah, no, seriously, hello, welcome to today's discussion. It is no secret that despite my optimism, love for the world, and general sense of empathy, that I deeply appreciate art that guts me from the inside out, breaking my heart and leaving me in utter despair. Everything from shows and movies, video games, novels, poems, paintings, you name it, I have a profound gratitude for tragedy. Now, granted, as I consume these forms of media, I quite literally and audibly am saying, bro, oh my god, oh, fuck, bro, that is so fucked. Not an exaggeration either. I white knuckle my way through masterpieces like Breaking Bad, Invincible, Baraska. I mean, I can go on and on. The human experience is so goddamn rich and full of extremity in circumstance and emotion. And I believe in order to truly live life to the fullest, we need to be able to explore both the luscious and desolate elements of this universe. The dichotomy of witnessing beauty in ugliness and creativity in destruction are as gut-wrenching as they are immaculate. Oh boy, which means quick disclaimer, we are going to get dark. A little bit. Like, we're going to purposely try to be sad and frustrated and in pain for a little bit, so enter at your own risk. I'm not guaranteeing that this will make you sad, but I'm making this to explore pain and sadness, so, there's a chance. I'm going to be sad probably, what's up? Also, not all of these songs are necessarily meant to be depressing by any means, but I do think they demonstrate painful themes in a beautiful way, or at least that's how I interpret it. Regardless, this is a time for us to honor despair. There are so many incredibly troubling feelings that human beings can undergo, but there's one emotion in particular that really stands out to me: hopelessness. In a world of super high highs and dark, unbelievable lows, there's so many fireworks to observe in the night sky. They're all amazing in their own rights, but emotions, like most things, seem proportional to their intensity. If we were to measure your happiness over the course of 3 months of life, offering wonderful little surprises and joys, the overall amount of satisfaction you'd experience would be higher than if in 3 months you had one absolutely astronomically spectacular day. In other words, intensity and sustainability are not always one and the same option. That's where a bountiful emotion like hopelessness can enter stage. It can be more pronounced in one moment more than another, but to me, true tragedy isn't expressed in a scream, but through an excruciating long, pained whimper. Hopelessness is about what could have been, but can't be now. It's the sun hiding behind a cloud, never to reemerge. It is collapse. It is defeat. And today, I want to really home in on one of my favorite places to experience a thick downpour of ice-cold dread. Music. All creative mediums offer different advantages in how they present themselves. Movies can show you the entire picture, from video to audio. Books present an outline for you to color in, but music makes the best of both worlds. Any environment can be transformed with a certain song, plus you can ascribe different meanings, memories, and identities to every song you'd like to. Music allows you to not only be imaginative, but to decide how imaginative you'd like to be. And today, I want to see what visions my imagination has left to offer me. I want to look at a couple of songs I hold near and dear to my heart and discuss why I believe they demonstrate the concept of hopelessness so well. So without further ado, let's surrender our attention to hopelessness. Starting with what is one of the most relatable songs that I want to discuss, Make 'Em Purr by Sage Francis. I'm not going to break down these songs line by line, even though with songs like this, I would love to. It is so consistently potent and realistic. It starts by directly addressing some of our world's brutal truths. The struggle to always appear upkept and like you're doing fine, even when on the inside you feel melancholy at best. The battle between wanting to remain alone and getting cabin fever, emerging outside just to be met with more obstacles and challenges. The difficulty of doing what we feel we should be doing to take care of ourselves when we don't have the energy to do so. A few of these poignant lines are, but so much is broken, just like fuck it, the fix is in. If I can't hide in plain sight anymore, I'll just stay hidden. When discussing the often unhealthy but convenient nature of frozen foods, it's not delicious, it's disgusting, but it satiates the hunger with a quickness, and hey, at least it's something. At least it's something. At most it's nothing. Fuck's wrong with me? I don't know. I'm just adjusting. Which, both sentiments I feel like many of us are subject to fairly frequently. For me, I've always found it extremely difficult to hide my emotions if they are very intense. I can't just bottle it up. If I receive brutal news in a public place, I personally cannot fathom a more broken feeling than trying to hold in tears and pain until I have a second alone. Slowly cracking, trying not to let the world see into the vulnerability. Additionally, discipline isn't easy. What is easy is to eat poorly or slack off when shit hits the fan. I mean, that's a large element of depression. And letting discipline slip for the easy choice can sometimes exacerbate feelings of loneliness and self-pity. One last piece of this song I want to examine is just so beautifully written, I have to let it showcase itself. At least I got my kittens. Spent more cash on my cat than I did myself. When he stopped eating, I took him to the vet so they could check his health.
They put a feeding tube into his neck. I said, please let this work, 'cause if it doesn't, I got nothing left.
I didn't say that, but they saw that. Cat had my tongue. They told me to call back. What, and was it weird I did nothing but stand right there? With a fix this, money's no object type stare? Jesus, dude. Oh, reading these lyrics back slowly actually made me tear up just a bit, you know. I mean, seriously though, if you asked for a dictionary definition of pure hopelessness, and that's it. That's it. Okay, that's okay. That hurt a little bit. That did hurt. That was spicy. But that's what this song does so fucking well. It's 100% real. Not that Sage Francis went through each of these exact situations per se, but that every one of these situations are things we have to deal with in life. It's not extravagant. It's not grandiose. But it's real. Every day, someone is struggling to hold themselves together, dealing with these struggles, consumed by a sense that things aren't getting better. They're just shit. Which, hey, quick checkup. Things are all right. Life is beautiful. You know? That was heavy, so let's take a quick second to reset. Ski beep, beep bop, dop, dop. My balls fell off. See? Hey, that's stupid. And I love you. Thanks for joining me on this voyage, you know. But you and I, we got to be brave little explorers to see all the sights. You know, we have each other, though. I got you, big boy. Let's keep going. All right. Now that we've warmed up a bit, let's talk about our next song. I Don't Want It by Ween. The lyrics in this song convey a pain I'm sure most, if not all of us, have experienced, which is having a loving relationship with a partner corrode and fall apart. the pain of losing who you're in love with. But what really is moving about this song is the outstanding instrumental that accompanies it. The amp, lightly distorting the guitar, the softness of it all. It hits, man. The song begins by sadly reminiscing on the good old days. I'd lie in your arms if I could now. It follows this up with the beautiful, genuine example we observe in the progression of seasons. As the intensity in Jeaner's voice subtly picks up, he says, "Flowers grow in the springtime, and leaves fall from the trees. I've been gone for so long, you just threw away the keys." But here, at the heart of it all, as alluded to in the title, is what makes this song a perfect example of hopelessness in my eyes. 2 lines, 8 words. I understand it, but I don't want it. I mean, it makes me envision a child, wise beyond their years, saying goodbye to a loved one on their deathbed. They know they have to say bye, but they don't want to. That's what hopelessness is. It's the acceptance of a brutally unacceptable reality. The next verse picks up with more reminiscence, and in the same way it begins with these hints of joy at the thoughts of these happier days. The singer's voice becomes increasingly desperate and distraught, stating, "Please hold on to the memories before we really crash and burn. We've got ourselves so wrapped up that we've forgotten how to learn. I understand it, but I don't want it." Directly following this verse is one of the most destructive, absolutely piercing guitar riffs I've ever heard in my life. After all that, it feels as if the music is cutting right through me. All hope is left, and each note is a piece of debris from this broken relationship, fragmenting me, piercing me. I don't fucking know, bro. AKA, that shit hits. Certified art, and I like it. The final song for me to choose here was actually quite a toss-up. I have 6 different songs I want to touch on for various reasons, so I guess these will be the honorable mentions. That while they all display hopelessness in some way profoundly, I've always thought the one I ended up choosing was a masterpiece, I'm a big fan, and decided now is the perfect chance to talk about it. Albeit our notable entries of songs that show hopelessness are Come Back to Earth by Mac Miller, Hurt by Johnny Cash, Ballad of Worms by Cage, Heavy Hearts by Sam LaChow, and Wake Me Up When September Ends by Green Day. But ultimately, I chose a song that hit a little too close to home for me, and it's written by my favorite rap artist of all time. Shout out my boy. Worth Your Time by Sam LaChow. What I think this song does masterfully is the setup. The setup for the downfall. In other words, there's a building story of highs and lows that ultimately reaches a pinnacle of hopelessness. It's like it combines some of the strengths from both Make 'Em Purr and I Don't Want It. The song begins with a beautiful piano melody accompanied by a quote from an interview between Charlie Rose and Bill Murray, which sets the tone for the whole song. This famous quote starts when Charlie Rose asks, "So, tell me what it is that you want, that you don't have," to which Bill Murray replies,
"Well, I'd like to be more consistently here,
Because it's so improbable and so impossible, I just like to really see how long I could last as really being here. As the quote closes, Sam LaChow begins his first verse by describing some of the experiences he had as a youth, remembering how lonely and scared he felt growing up, which is partially why he tries to write to help others going through the same difficulties. He remarks, "High school's all fiction, It's tough, but soon you'll feel lucky as fuck that you suffered through it. He then shifts to talk about his present circumstance. He's been spiraling downwards, relying heavily on self-medication to exist, saying, I get confidence from the liquor I pull off my shelf. That's why it's funny when people think that I'm full of myself. I'm on a thin wire, still not controlled by the drugs yet. Still got a whole lot of love left. What's to follow is a brilliantly put together chorus with Maggie Lou May, bringing everything together. It summarizes exactly what this song is about. I know it all can hurt sometimes. We've all lived life alone. A moment can be worth your time. I'll be here when you're gone. And this song is about how, against all the odds, we can stick together and be resilient. We're all sailing together, just on different ships. But the captain writing this song is sinking. The next verse picks up with Sam describing his deteriorating nature, at odds with his drug abuse. He isn't super happy just being alive. He's running out of stamina, and the coping mechanisms are both somewhat shameful and losing effectiveness. And this sets up what I believe to be one of the greatest moments in a song. Ever. Across the board. It is a personal favorite. My reading of this won't do it justice. I highly, highly recommend that you go listen to this song really quickly just to experience what I'm about to get into, because I think it's done so incredibly well. Give you a quick second. All right, go ahead. Fucking check it out. Sam starts building the rest of this verse bar by bar, allowing us to rise with him, experience the triumphs and luxury of fun, celebration, to his conclusion, the music crescendoing with it. Listen, 19 was confusion and stress. 20 was doing my best. 21 was boozing and sex. 22, every day was the weekend. The blow kept me awake and the Xanny kept me from tweaking. I'm thinking I was invincible, I couldn't be stressed. Music was popping, I'm thinking this is as good as it gets.
At 23, I didn't sleep. Up making records at 24, I discovered depression.
Suddenly, time stands still. The joy, excitement, the rise of the verse is halted, collapsing at once. To me, it's like stepping over the edge of a cliff. And right as it ends, the chorus rings through with that angelic, sad voice as the instrumental continues its journey.
I know it all can hurt sometime.
That single moment after everything else seems like it's finally building a stable and peaceful finale, just to fall into despair gives a feeling of hopelessness like no other. Well done, I say. Well done. I know I can't do it as well as the song itself. I wish I could throw the whole thing in here to show you exactly what I mean, but hey, I'm scared. So if you just listen to my rendition of it, damn, bro, that's tough. But regardless, thanks for letting me ramble about sad things a bit and hanging out with me for a little while. I do appreciate your time. I love exploring human emotion, man, even when it guts me. Because don't get me wrong, I feel a lot. Jesus, I've heard these songs so many times and still, it's deep, bro. But yay, happy. We love music and fun and emotion, and yay, so good. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks for letting me just fucking speak about some shit that I like talking about, you know. Maybe you hate it. Maybe the whole time you're ripping your eardrums out. Damn, that's how it goes some days. But, you know, I appreciate you letting me share some cool songs I like. You know, hey, hit me up. Let me know what you like. What's good? We'll kick it. Drink some brewskis. Fucking, I don't know, throw bottles at station wagons or something. Just kidding. You know, we'll see where the night takes us. Maybe it'll be at a Mercedes. But I do hope you have a wonderful day. Remember, you can choose whether or not to have hope. But you can't choose whether or not you're being infested by material replacing elves that change every possession you own into an exact replica when you leave the room. So everything feels different but looks the same, and it slowly drives you mad, and you can't prove it and no one believes you, but you know it's different. Love you, home slice. Wait, no, I love you, slow ice.